Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you and it borders on security. Now the senator of Biafran origin wants Nigerians to get prepared because national security will get worse. But before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed, and if you have not, click on the bell icon to get notification. Do same so that anytime we publish videos on YouTube, you'll be getting immediate notification. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu has said Nigeria's security situation would get worse. Ekweremadu, who has been in the Senate since 2003, added that the community policing structure planned by the Nigerian police force is fraudulent and a distraction. He also said the Southwest security outfit could name Operation Amotekun is a child of circumstance because the federal policing system of the federal government is not working. Ekweremadu, who spoke in an interview on Channels TV, said the NPF needed to address the lack of trust and confidence between the people and the police, noting that the community policing is about making the people trust the police with intelligence. That's very important. He went further to say, I sympathize with Nigerians. I think we are living in denial. The security situation is so bad, and the bad news is that it's going to get worse because we are not dealing with it at all. Wow. Nigeria's life as Nigeria lives as a federal state. I'll take that again. Nigeria lives as a federal state. We accepted before independence that is suitable for our circumstance is federalism. Since we accepted federalism, we need to look at other practicing federalism. In other words, we want to look at other countries that are practicing federalism. In those other places, the way they deal with security is to decentralize it. The idea of forming a federal system of government is that you have accepted that you have so many diversities. To respect those diversities, you have to come into a loose arrangement to do things in a way that is peculiar to the people. Community policing is a fraud. It is a total distraction. What they are telling us is that there is a problem between the community and the police itself, and they need to address that lack of trust and confidence. That's what community policing is all about. If you have a federal system, you have a complete architecture that can deal with situation in a complex manner. The Inspector General came to us and told us they are going to get volunteers who will be giving police informations. Find out what their challenges are. Why do they not trust the police to build their confidence? That's what they are saying, but our people don't seem to get it. Amotekun is a child of circumstance. Unfortunately, the federal police we have now is not working. That's why they came together to say, let us have a security outfit to deal with our problems. Amotekun is different from what the federal government is saying about community policing. They have personnel who are going to deal with issues unlike what the federal government is proposing. Wow, that's a very serious one, I must say. Looking at how things are going on currently in the country, I think we should heed the advice of the former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu. He's been there for many years and he knows a lot of things that have been happening, promises that have always gone unfulfilled, and failure on the part of the police and the likes. And that's why he's trying to talk to us. But let's just look at some of the things that he has made mention, And one of the key things that we're going to be looking at right now is community policing. How important is community policing to Nigeria? Do we think that that's the only way out of the current insecurity situation that Nigerians have found ourselves. Amotekun, according to him, he says, is a child of circumstance, which means is a product of the current situation that we found ourselves. But I think that's the only way out. If we don't adopt what the Southwestern guys are doing, we are going to be done for. The reason, another thing too that is most important, is that the issue of insecurity has not been traced to the root. Already, Nigerians are aware of what is going on, we know what is going on, because there are certain people whom already we know they are the source of insecurity in the country, and they are working with their heads tall with the federal government doing little or nothing to stop them. For example, if you're talking why I believe that security in Nigeria will get worse, is because the Nigerian government is not dealing with the people who are behind insecurity in the country. Look at Fulani headsmen. It's so obvious that these guys are hampering the peace in the country. It's so obvious that they are the ones behind all the trouble in the country. But yet nothing has been done about it. And the worst part of this whole thing is the fact that when you provide intelligence to the police will leak out that this is the person who provided the intelligence. That is where it gets so bad. Now, fairly recently, some few days ago, we had a case of the assistant director in Aso Rock being killed. Now, a lot of people said it was traceable to the issue between the NSA boss and also Yari, that's Aban Yari, who is the chief of staff to the president. But later on, the whole truth came out, and the truth is that she reported that in her environment there were certain miscreants who were not doing the right thing. Maybe possibly they were involved in yahoo, or maybe they were involved in drugs, and they were making the environment very uncomfortable with her. And what did she do? What she did was to go and report to the police and tell the police, hey, these are the people that are making my environment very unconducive for me. Please help me out. And by the time the police captured these people and whatever thing they did to them, as they released these people, they opened up to these people that this was the woman who reported you guys to us. Have you seen why people are finding it difficult to provide intelligence? Have you seen? Now, I also saw a video of a particular lady who was beheaded by Boko Haram, and the reason why she was beheaded was because she provided intelligence to the security. Now, the question is, who told Boko Haram that she was the one that provided the intelligence to the police? To the military? Who told Boko Haram? Is still a mole inside the police that is behind this whole thing. So, which therefore means they are working together with the people. It's a system thing. They are working together with these people. And that is why we cannot handle the case of insecurity in the country. How can I wake up today and say, this is the cause, this is the people who are causing this, it's my next door neighbor, oh, it's the guy living down the street and all of that. And you capture the guy. After drilling, doing everything to the guy will say, oh, guy, who reported me now? And then they do this kind of thing. And you mention the exact name of the person, the address of the person. The woman is now dead. Because of what? Lack of trust and confidence in police. Lack of trust in security agencies. This is absolutely wrong. This is why we are having pending issues of insecurity, because there's some persons who have deep information about what is going on in the country. But hey, they can't leak it out, because by the time I tell you, you are going to get a hold of my name, my phone number, and communicate it same to these terrorists. Why? Maybe because the terrorists are paying them some money. I don't even know. And that is what is making the situation getting worse after day. He talked another very important issue he made mention was the case of the system of government that we are currently practicing, which is federalism. According to him, he said, if you're practicing federalism, it therefore means that certainly there are diversities in your country. And if you have possibly ethnic diversities or, the likes, you have different regions to govern and all of that, and you're practicing that system of core government, core federalism, it therefore means that you have to give power To each of those, there must be decentralization of power. In other words, you give power to those different. Southeast, you guys are going to run your show. Each of the state ought to be running their own show so that they can be guaranteed of development, and they will map out strategies on how to make their own environment work out well. And I think that's what the Southwest had to adopt. But right now, it's a little bit late, It's a little bit late because this thing has eaten into the fibers of Nigerians. I'm talking about insecurity. It has already spread deep in. They know the nooks and crannies of the whole country. So every day we are seeing attacks coming in from different angles. Why? Because these guys already know how to go about it. The police have been working, but just like this man said, it's a fraud kind of. They are not doing the kind of work. They have all the training, but they are not doing the kind of work expected of them. That's why Nigerians are going through what we are currently going through. And I think it's high time that Nigerians individually, we should prepare ourselves and get ready, because if this government doesn't wake up to its responsibility of protecting lives and properties of the people that they were being elected to protect, automatically we are going to be seeing what's fairly recently. Just today, we heard what the leader of Métis Allah, the national chairman of Métis Allah, said. I'm talking about Abdullahi Bodejo. What he said. He said that the way things are going on, people forming security outfits everywhere, that very soon he calls a Fulani headsman, or calls the Fulani the most populous people, ethnic group in the surface of the earth. That with their population, they are going to form an ethnic group form a security outfit that nobody will be able to control. Already we have seen, they've not even formed anything like that. And we are seeing them parading around with all manner of weaponry. We've seen them with AK-47. They are tending to their own cows. They are protecting the heads of their cows. And we see them with AK-47 just to show you that by the time they want to go into full security business, full security operation, they have the wherewithal to provide the required weapon. And guess what? They're going to get more of their people into the system. And with what he has said, it triggers a lot of fear in the country, because if these guys are not as organized as we think that they should be, and they are causing so much mayhem in the system, if they decide to come together to be one and begin to fight the country, it therefore means we are about to face what we may not be able to explain to our children tomorrow. And that's why we need to wake up all the 6 geopolitical zones in your own different respect. If you want to protect your territory, if you want to protect your ancestral land, it's important to form a security outfit within the states, provide the required funding expected to see that you can protect your people. If you have been bought over possibly by the by the current government, maybe they want you to go ahead and see how they can sell through and all of that. My brother, 4 years seems very long, but I'm telling you the whole truth. It's really, really short. It may look so long, but it's really, really short. Very, 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 very soon. Sooner than expected, the 4 years is going to be over. You go back and meet your own people. That's when you will understand that betrayal is not a good thing. And I think that at this juncture, Nigerians as a whole should begin to work as a people to see how we can protect the interests of one another. Stop selling out your brother. It doesn't make any sense for you to keep selling out people. All right, I don't want to go very far. Let's just leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let us interact. What do you think about the current situation, owing to the fact that even those who are in the hem of affairs seem not to stay secured, or seem not to really respect what the security agencies are doing? What do you think? Please do well. Let's interact.